Sticking to a budget really sucks. Do you agree? Hi, I'm Beck, 47, and I make videos about this crazy stage of life while living solo. So, for the last couple of weeks, I've made videos about my, let's call it financial journey. And I've looked into how to get a budget, how to look into my expenses and my income, where to save money in order to pay for my interest rates rising in my mortgage next year, and also how to cook more efficiently and cheaper and save money that way. Sticking to a budget is really hard, I think. If you agree, let me know in the comments. And there always seem to be things that keep me poor, or at least make me go over budget every single month. So I thought I'd make a video about what these things are, and maybe they are the same for you. If not, I would be really interested in finding out what are the things that keep you going over budget every month. Are they unexpected? Are they planned? Do you just think sometimes like me, oh, it doesn't really matter, I worked hard and I deserve this treat or this dinner out or whatever it is? Here are my 4 things that every single month seem to be keeping me poor and pushing my budget out of the window. So the first item that pushes my budget out the door every single month is food. I don't like to cook a lot, so actually having to plan a meal plan to pre-cook stuff on the weekend for me to take to work really doesn't bring me joy and is annoying. So I try to avoid it as much as I can, even though I know I need to do it. And I have been busy in the last couple of weeks. During the week, work has been very busy and I had some appointments. Plus last weekend was a long weekend, so I've been away and didn't have the time to go to the shops. So I've fallen straight back into the trap of getting some takeout at night, or just buying ready-made meals rather than cooking it myself, which is really ridiculous because cooking up a pasta with some sauce and vegetables or a stir fry is not much work. But I seem to have fallen into the trap of eating on the go again and not having anything in the fridge because I wasn't home last weekend. So number 1 item for me is food. If I can, I will go out for breakfast and get some takeaway or get some dinner from the shops or just get a ready-made meal. So I know I have to work on that. Maybe let me know in the comments if you do too. So my number 1 goal is for next week to be organized this weekend with my grocery shopping and prepare some healthy and nutritious protein high meals. At number 2, and maybe one of my biggest downfalls, is my camping holidays. And to be fair, they're cheap. I don't camp in fancy areas, but it still does cost money. Just about because I travel by myself, I prefer to stay in caravan parks. So that always does cost between, I guess, $30 and $50 a night these days. And on top of that, obviously you have your petrol, your road tolls, and your food. And I just go camping for 1 or 2 nights. I don't want to bring the kitchen sink, so I often end up going out for dinner while I'm there or getting some takeaway, which again brings me back to point number 1, food. All my money seems to be ending up in my stomach, which luckily you can't see, but my hips will prove that point. So yes, camping. I love camping. It keeps me sane. I love doing a short trip each weekend or whenever I have the time, but the money just adds up. So I have to start thinking about how often I will do this, or if I'm brave enough to maybe do some free camps instead to save some money that way, and definitely prepare food to take and just heat it up when I'm there. So yeah, number 1, food. Number 2, holidays, aka camping. Number 3 seems to be just random stuff, and it depends, I guess, you fancy. A lot of people might spend extra money they didn't factor in for clothes or shoes or makeup. I find it's often the unplanned stuff like my moisturizer, my face wash that I didn't calculate in this week or this month into my budget that suddenly needs to be topped up. I do love buying camping gear, I have to say, so every now and then I see something and I upgrade something, or I realize that I don't like what I have or it's not working for me, so I upgrade. So I seem to spend quite a bit of money doing that, and I have to stop because it's just not viable if I want to finally save some money. So stuff. What is your stuff that you keep buying that you really shouldn't? And lastly, I guess it goes back to all the 3 other points, 1, 2, and 3. Food, camping holidays and stuff is my credit card. I don't have a high credit card limit, so I only have about $3,000 available. But lately I seem to be using those $2,000 to $3,000 each month because I'm overspending on something. And then I have to pay that off. So it's like a vicious cycle of using it, paying it off, hence not putting that money that I paid off with into my savings account and no savings again. I'm living a pretty good life, but I really need to get my shit together and start saving money. I will have to change some things and some habits in order to get that money saved in the bank account to have an emergency fund, because currently, if anything else happens, like a tooth falling out, a dental bill, anything else happening, I'm stuffed. So yeah, that's me. Just hoping maybe you guys have some ideas on how to break those habits. If not, let me know in the comments what you're doing.